Good morning. Beautiful night last night amongst the lava rocks. It's a little chilly this morning, but not too cold. But we got a little over 20 miles to get into the town of Chester today. I believe that biggest peak out there is Mount Lassen. I'm just feeling really good right now. Very content. I think the sun is up on my face. Feels nice and warm. Birds are chirping. I get to see deer this morning. Just feels like a really good day. The forest here isn't burned out. Just feeling really happy. And another deer. So close I can hear the chewing sounds. Currently heading down the 0.3 side trail to Robbers Spring. I think I'm only going to have 2 water sources today. Most of them are like a half a mile off trail, and they're closer to here, so I'm definitely going to fill up here, and then the next water source is going to be like 15 miles further, and then after that will only be a few miles from where the road crossing into town is going to be at, so I'm definitely going to be filling up here. There's Robbers Spring down there, flowing nicely. Just got all filled up. Now it's time for the march back up to the PCT. It was a little steep coming down here. Terrain hasn't been too bad. Little ups and downs. And yeah, that's Lassen Peak out there. I was just thinking about temperatures. It's still been pretty cool, all things considered. It's not really summertime temperatures yet out here on trail. It's like a high of 75 or so. Overnight lows about 45. So pretty decent overall hiking conditions. I'm transitioning right into the part where these trees are all fine, and then this must have been right where the fire stopped. Getting back into the burn damage. I guess this is going to be the steep climb of the day. It's only a couple of miles though. Done with the big uphill for the day. One more short uphill, and then it's all downhill. And we made it to the PCT midpoint marker. The real halfway point's about 3.5 miles further down trail. But at some point, when this was originally put up, this one was in between Canada and Mexico on both the sides, 1325. Cool. Hopefully there's some stones or a marker or something laid out in a couple more miles for the real halfway marker. First good view of the town of Chester down there, right on the lake. Kind of a steep hillside we're walking on. I didn't see a marker here, but we are exactly at mile marker 1,326.8. That is exactly at the halfway mark for this year's trail mileage. Made it to Soldier Creek, last water source of the day. And from here, it's a little over 3 miles till we get to the road. Over a mile to go from here. Made it to Highway 36. We'll be hitching in from here. Chester's about 8 miles to the east, and I'll check back once I'm in town. Alright, so right here on the side of the road, ran into some more trail magic provided by these two lovely ladies. And your guys' names are? Drive-Thru.
10 Essentials.
And 10 Essentials. And you guys will be able to give us a ride into town here in a little bit.
Absolutely.
So that's awesome.
Yes.
Cool. Thanks for everything.
You're welcome.
Just got dropped off in town. I think it's like 2:30. We'll see if we can get checked in. Alright, I'm all cleaned up. Took a long, hot shower. Feeling good. Let's go find some food next. Copper Kettle Cafe for lunch. Back in the room. Lunch was really good. I walked down to the Pine Shack Frosty and got myself a jumbo milkshake. So we'll have that. And then I got to do all the replanting still for the next stretch and run down to the supermarket and do the resupply. And I was just, something hit me while I was waiting to get my shake and how like we've passed the halfway point. And I remember thinking this morning I was all super happy, and then like sitting down in the restaurant waiting for my shake, I was feeling really like sad and depressed, because it's just like, you know, there's less days and less miles ahead of me now than there are behind. I'll be moving faster on average than I was when I started, so I don't know. The trail's kind of funny in that I know a lot of people say like when they get towards the end they just can't wait to be done. It destroys your body and you're beat down and everything, but the other half of it's like it's over. There's not that much trail left. So I don't know. I'm still halfway. I've got a long ways to go yet, but it's just like the first time that finally hit me on this trail. There's just less days and less miles ahead. But anyway, we'll plan the next stretch, do our resupply, and then maybe get something for a late dinner. And then that'll be the end of the tasks for today. So I'll check back later. Just got back from my resupply run. I just ran down to the Holiday Market. It's a local supermarket here. Breakfast will be the Pop-Tarts. I got a whole bunch of bars. And dinner's mashed potatoes and these jumbo packets of tuna. So that's a lot of tuna in each thing. And then for dinner, since I'm so full of that gigantic milkshake, I just grabbed a couple of these smoothie shakes because these are awesome. And I'm just going to have these, I think, and some water. And then jump in for breakfast. But this will get us all the way to the next town, which I think is Burney, 4 days away. So that's going to do it for today in Chester. It's a nice little town. It's small, definitely a tourist town with a lake and everything. And it's the middle of summer, so everybody from all the nearby cities is coming up here for the weekend getaways and just enjoying the lake and other activities. Tons of tourists around. So tomorrow we're just going to get breakfast and then look at hitching, getting back on trail, and pushing up to the Lassen National Park area. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see ya in the morning. Good morning. Feeling nice and rested, get to sleep in a little bit than usual. But I think it's time to go explore a little bit and see what we can find for breakfast. Done with breakfast. That was awesome. And I'm just kind of slow rolling it out of town here. We are not in any rush. We are limited to doing a max of 15 miles today, camping just on the border to Lassen National Park. Due to we don't have a bear can, so we can't camp in the park. So tomorrow we'll do as long as you do more than 19 miles, then you can go straight through the park with no issue. So that's our game plan. Normally you used to be able to stay in the middle of the park at either the Drake's Bad Guest Ranch, or I think there's like a Warner Valley campground or something. But both of those options are closed, I'm guessing due to fire damage from last year. But both of those facilities are closed and you can't stay there. So we'll go by those and check those out. I think there's still like toilet facilities and stuff that you could use, but you just can't stay there. Anyway, I'll be chilling here for like another hour or so at least. Again, we're in no rush. So just enjoy the morning, rest and relax a little bit, pack up as we go, and I'll check back later as we're getting ready to head out, I guess. Now we're all packed up, ready to go. I'm gonna go check out, start hitching, and we'll see you at the trailhead. Hitch complete, back on trail. And that took about an hour and a half or so a little bit longer than usual, but at least we got our ride. There was tons of cars coming out. I think it was all mostly just the tourists and stuff that were heading out of town because it's a Sunday morning, and they're just all leery about picking up a hitchhiker, probably is the issue. But we still got plenty of time. I think it's a little before 11 now, and we're planning on doing the 15 miles to Boundary Spring, walking through a ton of burn area all the way there. This is the most heavily marked section of trail. Every 10 feet there's a ribbon on a branch or a tree or something to mark the trail, but it's still very obvious where it's at. This is the Dutch Hill Ditch. It was used as a water channel to supply water to the Dutch Hill mine for hydraulic mining operations. There's the first water source for the day, where Stover Spring is at. Don't take from the murky pond. You gotta walk around to the backside to the fresh spring coming out nicely. Looks like as far as the elevation profile for today, some ups and downs, a couple miles of uphill, then a couple miles of downhill. Doesn't look like anything too crazy steep though. Pretty lovely day for a stroll through the woods. It's nice that this section's not burned out. A little bit closer to Lassen Peak. Crossing the North Fork of the Feather River again. Much smaller than last time we saw it. Took a nice little break down by the Feather River. There's about 15 other hikers chilling down there too. Everybody's all just kind of bunched up right now because we're all aiming for the same spot, because you can't camp in Lassen. But I like to be the first one there so I can get my spot settled in, and I got all my video editing and stuff to work on anyway, so I don't want to show up late. But we freshened up on water. I think that's going to be the last water source until we get to camp, which is only about 5.5 more miles, and we'll be there. The forest as a whole today just seems quieter than usual. I think all day's been like this. There's a couple of birds I hear every once in a while, but it just seems very quiet. So I'm at a random road crossing and I ran into some trail magic. So,
cheers!
Yeah.
Congratulations, good hiking.
Yeah, thanks.
Ayla down here wishing you well too. And trail magic courtesy of Rocky.
Cool. Yeah, thank you much. I think you're the 5th trail magic I've seen on the entire trail so far. So
outstanding.
It's very much appreciated. It's a nice surprise.
Hey, you know what? I'm envious of your walk, and you guys are doing a great thing. So
yeah.
It's great adventure.
Yeah, it's a great time.
Yeah,
cool.
Really neat.
Well, thank you much.
Yeah, of course.
Well, that was a nice surprise with the trail magic. And yep, Warner Valley is closed. That was the one campground in Lassen National Park. But that was cool. Chilled there for a good bit, had a Coke, and time to move on. I think from here we only got like a little over 4 miles left, and then the terrain's gonna shoot uphill for 1.5 miles or so, and then it smooths out, little bits ups and downs for the rest of the distance. Oh, and that guy, Matt, who was doing the trail magic, he had said that there was a bear just in this area that he saw. So we'll keep our eyes open. There's a number of fun blowdowns to maneuver around. There's a lot that you guys haven't seen on video just because it's really hard to film and monkey your way through stuff like this. But I don't know, there's at least one a day where it's a good blowdown like this. Whew. Done with the last hill climb. Now it's just little ups and downs, and we got a little over 2 miles left. There's Lassen Peak again. You can see a few people down there. There's our campsite. Probably going to be really crowded tonight, just because everybody has to position themselves here to get themselves through the national park for tomorrow. Well, here's where I'm set up. Boundary Spring itself is just down there. This whole site's kind of on a hillside. So some of the comments said you can fit like 30 people here, but I don't think so. Maybe 5 to 10. Pickings are kind of slim. Well, we're all settled in. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off here. Got my dinner going, mashed potatoes and tuna. It's still good. And my air mattress is definitely leaking. A lot. I'm currently sitting on the ground. It had held up just fine the first night, and I've only used it one night. So I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna have to do some serious investigations when I get to the next town. Figure out where it's leaking from and why. But I don't know. I'll let you know how it works out. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.